Hi. It's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Hi, everybody. This is Flosstube 99. Today's date is September 2nd, 2025. Hi. Well, haven't I had a busy last couple of weeks? And it's just going to keep on getting busy, including in the month of September. So today I have, I believe, one finish, one new start, some whips, may not have, and some haul. And I'm actually going to start with the haul because I was just about to film. I knew this was coming, so I thought, let me just check and see if it's in. So it was at the post office. I just got back from running to the post office and running back. So I am actually going to open up my box here with you guys right now. So I never do this. I never do full unboxings, but let's see if we can find the easy tear spot. And then we'll open it up. For those that are international, these are really cool. We have these in Canada, and they're flat rate boxes. So it works out. You get like tracking. There's just a flat fee, and it has to fit in the box. The only thing was, when I was out west, I tried to mail some of my stuff home, and the weight wise is limited. So there's like a small, an extra small, a small, a medium, a large, and an extra large. And I tried the extra large, and I only could send yarn because the weight was surprising. So this is what I got. This is, as you can see, Paint with Stitches. There, her her Halloween countdown box. So look at it. So we got some black paper and some purple paper, and I'm not sure. I don't think last time we had a sneak peek. I don't think we have a sneak peek this time. Nope, they're all like wrapped up. Let's show some of the wrapped up ones. Look at that. And they're all numbered and different things and different. There's some silver wrapping paper, some black, and some orange. All sorts of goodies. Wow. And I believe it's 31 days worth. Pretty sure it's 31 days. So you can still get these. As of this morning, there were still 4 of these. I call them a box, but they are a Halloween countdown box. They are $240 I think she's only shipping in Canada, and that includes your shipping, I believe. I will link her email down below, because it is simply emailing her saying you want one, and then you do an e-transfer, and then she's going to send it out in the mail, and you will get it within a week after you've ordered it, I'm sure. This came in, I think she sent this out on Thursday or Wednesday, and today's Tuesday. So yeah, within a week. So I will be filming. I will be trying to film every single day in October. I hope to be doing some extra stitches, some new starts out of the Halloween Cross Stitch magazine. I'm going to be working on some other stuff. And I'll be opening up a goodie every single day. So very exciting, very exciting. I'm so looking forward to this. I now have to hide this away and just wait for October 1st. On the news front, I have sold my house. Yes. The closing date is September 29th, 30th. So I'm actually going to fly out west again just to wrap things up. I could do it long distance, but we bought this house long distance. It was really stressful. So I think I'll just have more peace of mind to go out there and see the lawyers and get it all done and dusted. And I can fully go like this as I fly back on September 30th. And I'll actually be landing here October 1st, which is me and my husband's anniversary, our 9th anniversary. So I may or may not get the October 1st filmed on October 1st, but I will try. We'll try our best. But we got lots of filming before then. So let's get into it. So let's start off with my finish. Let's see. So I think you can figure out what it is. The blue flowers, the quilting bee. This is what it'll look like when it's fully finished. But this is not quite what mine looks like because I chose my own fabric and my own colors. I've been decluttering, so I got rid of some of my boards. Do I have any boards? That was kind of a mistake, but we'll just use this chart, I guess. Okay, that didn't really work. That's not working very well. That was kind of a mistake, but there you go. There is my finish of the Blue Flowers quilting bee. So I used a mix of flosses. I used some Brin and Needle. I used some Roxy Floss Co. I used some DMC. I used some, not sure what the other one was. The white doesn't show up very well. So over here, there is white up there, but it's really hard to see. Easier to see in person. Yeah, I really need a board. Do I have a board over here? Oh, I don't. I might have to pause and go get a board because I think this is going to drive me crazy. So just one second. Okay, so there it is. And I'm really pleased with it. It was a nice stitch, a really good stitch. Probably the most fun part, besides the Quakers, was probably the abdomen of the bee, the queen bee. But it turned out really nice. So that was a great finish. Now, the new start. So I had bought some hay charts, and I realized I have lots of projects on the go, but I wanted to reward myself knowing I was going through this stress of this year with the house sale. I have one start that I'm going to do when the house sells, but in my mind, the house is sold after the completion date, after I have the money in the bank. That's when the house is sold. And so that will be nearer to October 1st than here. So I just felt like starting something. I just felt like celebrating. So I started one of the other ones I got. And it is called Mountain Landscape. It is in Heaven and Earth Designs. Should I see if I'm going to see if I can get a picture for you. Just one second. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It is a stock photo. So I have started up here in the top left-hand corner. And so you're going to see that it's mostly just dark blues and the purples. So there we go. That is, I think, 450 stitches. So I'm working on the diagonal and we shall see this grow. I might work on some more today. We'll see. Okay. Not too exciting when it's just like that. But I saw this being done. I think it's been finished by Holly at My Daily Hade. I think, and this is going to be regular size, regular color. So Holly at My Daily Hade has completed this, and then I think Angie, Angie Slowly Crafts, I think is her channel name. She's in Edmonton. She's doing a mini, and I think she's been working on it for a while. So, as implied by her name, she fully admits that. So, okay, that was my new start. Now, I think I've worked on more than I'm going to show you, but right now I'm only going to show you 3 whips. As you know, I went to Gaelic College last week. It was fantastic. I had a great time. So I left on the Sunday, had a great drive up. I had a wonderful experience. I felt more confident. I was able to enjoy the experience. I didn't actually stitch very much at all. So there just wasn't the time, etc. So that was really a week of not stitching very much. So I think I just finished the queen bee and I did a little bit work on my Hade. And then I think the last 3 days I did nothing. So, and I got back on late Friday night. Today is Tuesday, so I've been working a bit. And as of September 1st, I started AB Single. So we'll see my first draw on that in a moment. But let's show you what I've been working on. So, oh, you know what? I don't think I brought up my chart. Probably should go get it. Okay, hold on one second. Whew. This is in for training. As you may know, next week's going to be my whip parade. And last year's whip parade, I kept forgetting things. And so I kept adding and adding, having to go downstairs. So I'm in training for that for next week. So this is Plum Street Samplers, Hedgerow. They're a bunch of hedgehogs. And so let's see if I can see. I wonder if I emailed myself. One second. I can't find it. I just spent some time trying to find my photos from before, but my Chromebook is being very slow and temperamental. It just doesn't want to work. So I'm not going to show you photos from last time, even though I took them. I just don't know what's up with my computer. But anyways, this is what I've done. So it's coming along great. Right now I'm kind of doing a color day. So I finished off a lot of colors. And what I got left, so you can't really see, I'm probably going to outline it, but there is some white again there and there. It's around the flowers. So I'm probably going to outline it with a dark pink to try to make it stand out a bit more. So there's more flowers down here. There's a big mound of grass, and then there's one more white flower over here. So I got the black done, and then there'll be white, white for all their like little prickles. And so I will be doing that at the very end. So hopefully this may or may not be a finish for next week, but surely it will be for the week after. Next week, with it being a whip parade, I might just leave it for, well, I'll show it in the whip parade no matter what, because you guys got to see the finished product. But it is a really, really cute little stitch. It's yeah, I've quite enjoyed it. I think they'll really come to life when they're little quills, or I don't know if hedgehogs don't really have quills, but maybe it's bristles stand out. Hopefully they'll stand out with the white not showing up very well, but I shall work on that. And then the final thing I worked on was my Haid cell, which is Steampunk Portal. And I'm trying to finish 6 pages before the end of the year, and then I get all the other cell options, all the other patterns that were offered in the cell. You had to choose one, but if you finish 6 pages, you'd get the whole works, which I believe is 12. It's either 12 or 16, but I think it's 12. I think it's 4x3. Yeah. So this is called Steampunk Portal, and I'm doing 250 stitches a day, and so I'm trying to complete a page per month to get it done by the end of December. So, because I started this page per month in July. So this is a full page, this is a full page, and this page ends somewhere around there. So I am now on the 3rd page, and it ends right there. There'll be a tiny, like less than 10 rows at the very end. So when that comes out in October, I might just do those just to have a complete coming down. But that's what I've done so far. So, and I've gone over to this other page a little bit, so I'll have less to do then. I'll be taking this out with me out to BC and make some progress on that. So, oh, I still have my AB Singo to tell you about. So much. And so much I'm just trying to jam in a few minutes. I don't know why I feel rushed. So AB Singo is put on by Magazine Monthly Challenge group. It's a Facebook group, and it was fun. So what she decided to do, it's sort of like how Springo was. It's a grid of 7 across and 5 down, so 35 squares. And you put in all the alphabet, so that's 26 squares, and then the digits 1 through 9, so 35. And you can put them in any way you want, any random, and you can pick projects. You could pick as few or as many projects as you want. The 1 through 9, you will have to, when they're drawn, do that number of either motifs or letters or something. So it's something that you can itemize. So if they drew 7, you would have to do either 7 letters or 7 motifs. So mine will be a new start. It is September's Revenge. No numbers have been called yet. So we've only had 2 letters. So I haven't done today's yet. It's going to actually be my Felcha, which my Gaelic. So in Gaelic, you pronounce Gaelic. So I get kind of used to saying Gaelic. Oh, by the way, Fiskamath, which is good afternoon. So I'm going to show you the one and only that I've worked on so far with my AB Singo, which the first letter was L, and that is for Language of the Flowers. I love this random choosing. It kind of really makes me like, they get drawn the night before, so all night long I'm like refreshing, waiting for the letter so I know what I'm stitching the next day. But this is Rosewood Manor, Language of the Flowers. It is a gorgeous piece. Stitching at the Cabin, Julie has already finished this. She is the one that enabled me to buy it. And yeah, so I am working my way along this challenge. You sometimes think you don't have that much to go, but when you actually only stitch for an hour, you realize you actually have quite a bit to go. So, and you know, I could stitch more than an hour if I wanted to. I just didn't. But this is my Language of the Flower piece, and I'm going to show you what I worked on. So what I got in 1 hour done was just this basket here. And so this one, I do have some like little balls in green, like green still to finish off. I should have finished them off so I had that finished off, but I didn't. So that was 1 hour. I think I even worked at 1 hour and 20 minutes on that to finish off that little basket. So so as it is, if I only did a little basket, there's no way I'm finishing off this whole big corner with only 7 potential calls. But like I said, last year with the Springo, I worked on things and then I felt so inspired and I carried on and had, I think, 3 finishes out of it. So I will, depending on how things go, I will probably be taking out with me out west some of my Springo items, especially ones that would actually complete a bingo line. Because there'd be, if you count the 20th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, there'd be 6 calls. So that's quite a bit out of 25. So yeah, I'll probably be taking it with me, just unless one has already all completely been called, because I have different letters on different projects. I have 5 projects, which you will be seeing, and I showed you last week. And some of them have different numbers of letters on them. I think Language of Flowers, no, the next one, Felcha has only like 5 letters. So theoretically, it could be used up and not needed to be taken. So that is what I've been working on. Life, well, like I said, fantastic time at Gaelic College. Gleva. It was really, really good. That's really good. I am actually going to continue my Gaelic journey, and I am going to start an online course this Thursday. It goes for all of September, all the way to April. I'm not sure, I think the end of April. So quite a bit of 3 hours each week class time, like one evening. So I'm sure the start will be a bit, because I'm going to come in at level 1 again. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of repetitiveness. Koasuha is like, how are you? No, kimahahu is how are you? Koasuha is where are you from? So all those sort of standard things that they ask you, Jan Tanamanor Torch, is what's your name? Those will be repeated, I'm sure, and then I'll be going through all answering them again. This time we had, it was different because when I went before in the springtime, the college wasn't open and we did one field trip to Highland Village. So if you're ever in Cape Breton, I highly recommend Highland Village. It's in Iona. beautifully on the Bedore Lakes, and you actually can see, I think, 4 counties from one location. It's like on a hillside, and it is gorgeous. And it goes through the Scottish people being sort of forced in a way to leave Scotland. The landlord, they couldn't own anything. The landlords were taking over their land, and it was getting more and more harder to live off the land, that they felt coming to the new country was an opportunity. And so you go through different houses that went through the whole transition. So at first you are in a house that's in Scotland, and they have people dressed up in characters and speaking. All the performers there mostly can speak Scots Gaelic. Of course, they won't all, with visitors, they'd speak English, but they throw a bit of Scots Gaelic in. So it was just, they call them animators, and we just had a great time. We had a Kaylee there. So Kaylee is just like a meeting or a social, but they played, you could sing a song, you could play the fiddle, or you could play any instrument, tell stories. It's just a social time. So that was really, really fun. And that was a little different than when I went in the spring, because when I went in the spring, it wasn't open. So we just had a guide that took us around. We still had a Kaylee, but it was not in one of the houses. It was just in the building. Let's see. Then the college itself was open, and so they actually had a Kaylee every day at noon hour, like from noon to 1. So we would be eating our lunch and had music playing away. And then traditionally, as a group, we have our own Kaylee, which is just among ourselves, on Thursday night. And so I did play my fiddle. I was so nervous. I was shaking. I could just see my hands shaking like this as I was bowing. Yeah, the nerves got me, but I did. I performed, and people congratulated me on performing, and they saw it was really putting myself out there. So that was good. So I will play for you guys. Maybe next episode I will play for you. I'm gonna play my 2 only songs I can play one at the start, one at the finish, or maybe I'll play them both at the finish, so that if you don't want to hear fiddle music from a beginner, you can just stop the video. So yeah, it's just, and like I said, during all that, I was going through the actual selling the house. We sold it for less than the offer before, 10,000 less. It's disappointing, but you know, it's only money. It's going to give us peace of mind. Get to go on with our life, you know. And I think having it sold really is making me feel like I moved here. Before, with still having a house on the West Coast, even though I felt like I was moved here, I still had a tie there. You know, I still had a connection. And now I will feel fully immersed as a East Coaster, and I'm happy for it. I really am. So that's great. I've had lots of sleepless nights over all of this house sale. Thinking about the moving and the clearing out of the house and all the inspection reports and everything. It's been I've had at least 5 sleepless nights so far over the last couple of months. So it's going to be a huge relief when this is all done and I can just get into my own life and own world here, stitching, doing whatever. It's going to be so much better. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. What else? So yeah, that's the big news. Then I'm leaving on the 20th and coming back on the 30th. And I got my October Vlogmas, and next episode is going to be a whip parade. So I have to get that all together this week. That's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'll try and get more organized this time before it. We'll see. I think I can work at getting more organized, and that will be my 4th anniversary. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, and everything's great. Weather here is spectacular. We're still in parts of Nova Scotia. They have opened up to the woods, but still where we live, it's dry and it's still closed. All the trails are closed because it's so dry. We've had a forest fire burning in sort of the middle of Nova Scotia in a wooded area. It's up over, I think, close to 9,000 hectares. I always have a hard time with that word. That's about all I can think of off the top of my head. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it was something important, but I can't really remember. Oh, I know one thing. It's not started yet, but I'm super excited. Next year, I am doing a round robin with some other floss tubers, and we're doing floss tube friends. And so that's going to be exciting. We had our first meeting the other day, and it's going to be, oh, I think next time, in 2 weeks' time, when I do my last floss tube, I will have all their names, all their channel names, because I know some of them really well. There's a couple, well, there's one in particular that I just don't quite know yet. So I want to get her name right, not to leave her out. And we're looking for one more Canadian floss tuber, but we have somebody in mind, so we have to ask her and see if she'll join. But it's I'm excited. I've always wanted to do round robin, so I'm super excited. Lisa at Forest City Stitching is organizing this, so if you not subscribed to her, go give her some love. She's doing a great job at organizing this. She films every single week, every Sunday. She's very well organized, very good at doing what she does. That's about it, I think. So, like I said, next week will be a long one. It will be a whip parade. I think I'm going to guess my whips are around 50-ish. So, you know what? Why don't you all guess? So, just to give you a heads up, I thought I worked down to around 36. I think last year I had 44. I did start 12 at New Year's Eve. Who knows how many I have? I would love it if you guys try to guess how many I have. I can guarantee you it is not less than 35. I don't know what it's not more than. I'm going to say it's not more than 90. I think I'm pretty safe at saying that. So somewhere between 36 and 89 maybe. Why don't you just have a guess and guess how many? I will try to find them all too. That's important. So anyways, I shall see you all next week. Take care. Oh, and you know what? I'm really bad at thanking you all, but you guys all know that I really appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And so thank you for spending the time with me. It's been fun. And yeah, we'll see you next week for a whip parade. Woohoo! Bye.